What is your escape plan? I'm not talking about the card in their seat back pocket. I mean, how do you escape from the chaos of the real world? There's constant news cycles, opinions, notifications. Personally, I escape through sports and exercise, specifically running and basketball, along with a few others sprinkled in. I find these escapes allow me to detach from the real world and retreat to something completely different. Over time, I've realized that these escapes aren't just breaks, they give me something back. Specifically, I found that I get positivity, free thinking, and deeper understanding. Let's face it, we're drawn to negative content. 80 to 90% of what we see in the news on a day to day basis is in some way negative. Negative stories are shared almost twice as much as positive stories, according to some studies. Constant negativity, it impacts us every day and it starts to wear on us. For me, I use the NBA, the National Basketball Association, as my escape. It's a captivating world for me, and it doesn't really matter. It's beautiful in a way. I'll spend hours reading about NBA trade rumors or salary cap dynamics or whatever random little thing comes up. And it doesn't really matter. Some might say it's even a waste of time, but I don't think it is a waste of time. It energizes me. It makes me feel lighter. It gives me a new sense of joy and fun. When I return to the real world, I bring that positivity with me. So that's the value of my escape to the NBA. It's the value of any side hobby that you can use to escape. It doesn't have to matter to anyone but you. As long as it recharges you, then it's important. It's not the only value, though. It also is important to have something to let you think freely. I want you to ask yourself in your head, how many of my opinions are actually my own? I catch myself repeating takes from articles I've read or people I trust all the time. If I'm not intentional about it, I can sometimes find myself becoming a walking echo chamber of whatever I've read in the past week. When I when I do escape, I do so by going on runs or shooting hoops, and I find that rare moment of quiet, of mental stillness. That's when I start to hear my own voice once again. I begin untangling ideas, not just replaying the ideas that I heard through different voices throughout the week. The thoughts that I come up with, they might be original to me. They might be fragments of things that I've heard throughout news articles. It doesn't matter because they're all authentic to me. They're things that I actually resonate with and believe in. They've gone through the mental quiet filter, and they become mine. You don't have to be practicing your free throw routine to have this realization like I usually am. You just need space. And you need space to process and ask, what do I actually believe in? This leads into the final benefit of escaping. You've probably heard the term, let me sleep on it. Your colleague might say, yeah, it's a big decision. Let me sleep on it. Turns out that's actually backed by science. People who sleep on big decisions, they make more consistent, better decisions. In one study, people that were given a complex puzzle were more than twice as likely to solve that puzzle after sleeping on it. Why is that? It's something called deliberation without attention. Your brain keeps working in the background even when you step away. I think of it this way. The information that you're gathering every day is fuel for your brain. And then that processing that's happening in the background, that's actually the engine that is driving the fuel. It's consuming the fuel and fueling growth. When my mind is overloaded, I go on a run. It's like a meditation through a movement. I don't always solve, or usually I don't solve anything on my run, but when I get back, my head is clear. The stillness cuts through the mental clutter. It helps me absorb what is actually important. And when I'm flooded with complex ideas or too many voices, it helps me escape. So when I do try to escape, it's not avoiding it, but it's making sense of things. Look, staying grounded in the real world is completely necessary. We need to understand what's going on to stay informed and connected. But being tethered to reality, it doesn't mean being drowned in it. Escape is not about hiding. It's about a temporary retreat that helps you come back stronger. Whether it's a quiet walk, a sweaty run, or some hobby that no one else understands, that escape matters. It gives you positivity, authentic thinking, and a deeper understanding of your thoughts. So no, escaping the real world is not avoidance. It's maintenance, and we all need it. Thank you.